Okay, in the last section, we talked about the breach of contract, when we do as we please and we exploit our workers or abuse our workers by extracting the labors, and the Lord considers that a breach of contract, very serious. Here, God restates the terms of a new agreement, and the first thing that's mentioned is to loose the chains of injustice. So you might ask, what is that? Is that like a prison ministry, or is this actually, freeing slaves who are bound in chains? Well, actually, hopefully nobody here has anybody who's working for them bound in chains, but that is a good image physically of what is happening when we have social economic systems of compensation that keep people in bondage, right? So definitely if someone is literally in bondage with chains, that they would need to be freed, that those chains need to be loosened. But more importantly, especially in Western society, it's systems of compensation. So if we have, if you pay your employees an amount that is designed to keep them in your employment because they can't make enough to go and pursue something else or to have an overflow, then that's a system of bondage, right? It's a chain of oppression. There are societies in the world where you have like the caste system in India, where you are actually, that's a social system, a social structure that keeps people in bondage. So it doesn't really matter how much money you make, you're a part of this lower caste, and that will keep you in bondage. So there are financial systems that keep you in bondage, keep you placed, keep you unable to move forward with your life and to reach the calling and the purpose of God in your life. Okay, so that doesn't always mean that employees will leave us and start their own business. They may stay with us, but our goal is to have a good plan for their life and to prosper their life so that they have a hope and a future, right? So that is how that chain of oppression works, okay? There are different kinds of chains. So we basically are talking about iron chains, right? Systems that hold you in place. Well, a device that's used more often than you might imagine is a golden chain. A golden chain is a system of compensation where you pay someone so much money that they won't leave you to go pursue the calling of God on their life, right? So there's different ways of doing this, and you can call it by nice names like employee retention, which is a good thing, right? But actually you say, well, at the end of the year, if you stay with me until the last day of December, you'll get a $10,000 bonus. And then in your mind or in your heart, you're saying, by doing this, they're not going to leave me during the winter months, and by the time March, April, May rolls around, they're not going to give up their bonus, so they'll stay with me another year. And this is a form, it's a golden chain. It's a means of keeping people where they're at when God is calling them further. So this is something when we look at this part of this aspect of loosening these chains or breaking these chains of injustice, it has to do with our employees, or maybe oftentimes maybe even members of our family, and it is directed towards the people who are under our control, and not our control, that's not a good word, under our leadership, maybe that's better, right? Under our leadership and our influence. So that's how the chain of oppression works.